Someone punched you in the arm, you would know that it happened. But what if they convinced you you were never even hit? What if they looked at you straight in the eye and said, "You are making things up. That is not what happened. You are crazy." That's gaslighting. Here's why this matters. Gaslighting doesn't just make you doubt the abuser, it makes you doubt yourself. And when you doubt yourself long enough, you lose the foundation that you need to stand strong. In this episode, here's what you're going to walk away with: a clear definition of what gaslighting is and where the term comes from. Everyday examples that shows how it plays out in our families, relationships, and workplaces. And tools to help you recognize it, respond to it, and begin rebuilding trust in your own perception. If you've ever thought, "Am I crazy? Why can't I just trust what I remember?" Stay with me, because understanding gaslighting is the first step in taking back your reality. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where someone makes you question your own reality, memory, or sanity. The term comes from a 1944 film called Gaslit, where a husband manipulates his wife into believing she's losing her mind by dimming the gas lights in their home and then denying anything has changed once she notices. The goal is always the same: power and control. Here are everyday examples. You say, "You yelled at me," and then they respond, "No, I didn't. You're imagining things." You bring up something that hurt you, and then suddenly you're the one apologizing. The script is flipped so fast that you wonder what just happened. You express your feelings, and then they say, "You are overreacting. You are just so sensitive." You remember the family trip ending in tears. They say, "No, it was wonderful. You always exaggerate." They pretend they don't understand what you're talking about, forcing you to second guess if you were even clear. You call out their behavior and they respond, "You made me do it. If you weren't so difficult, this wouldn't even happen." A parent says, "You were never hit," even though you remember every detail of that punishment. Or they laugh at your tears and say, "You were such a dramatic kid." Your partner flirts in front of you and then calls you paranoid when you confront them. A boss changes a deadline and then blames you for not meeting the original date. You raise an issue and they say, "Wow, you're always so negative. Can't you just take a joke?" And here's the cruelest part. Gaslighting is most effective when it comes from someone you love or trust, because the more you care about their approval, the faster you start abandoning yourself to keep their version of reality. Why is gaslighting so damaging? Because it's not just about winning an argument. It's about making you doubt your mind. A trauma expert reminds us humans are wired to seek authenticity and attachment, and gaslighting destroys authenticity. So you start trading truth for connection, and little by little, you lose trust in your own perception. As Perry points out, that chronic invalidation in childhood teaches the brain, "I am not reliable. My feelings are not safe to trust." So in adulthood, your body hesitates and you doubt, delay, over apologize. Gaslighting, not about misunderstanding. It's about erasing your reality to make theirs the only one that counts. And over time, the cost is enormous. You feel anxious and exhausted, even crazy, when the truth is you are being systematically undermined. So, what do we do with this knowledge? Here are some tools. Name it. Say it to yourself. This is gaslighting. Naming it is powerful because it reminds you of the confusion is part of the tactic. Reality anchors. Keep a journal, notes, and text. When your memory is questioned by them, you'll have proof in your own words. This isn't about obsessing, it's about reclaiming your trust in your perception. Boundaries. You don't have to win the argument. You can say, we remember this differently. I don't really want to get into it. That boundary protects you from the endless spiral. Gray rocking. When disengagement isn't an option, use minimal emotional response. Short, neutral answers. No fuel for their fire. Limit exposure. Gaslighting corrodes self-trust. The less access they have to your mind and emotions, the safer you are going to feel. Seek validation outside the abuse. Trusted friends, therapists, or support groups. When someone says, I believe you, that happened, the fog begins to lift. Here's what I want you to know. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. Gaslighting is designed to make you doubt your mind. But your ability to even wonder if you're being gaslit is proof that your intuition is alive and well. You can learn to trust your perception again. You can learn to say, I know what I experienced. You can rebuild relationships that are grounded in truth. Gaslighting may explain why you have felt lost, but it doesn't get to define your future. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive. And you do not have to live in the fog of someone else's denial. Your clarity is still inside of you. Your truth is still inside of you. Once you begin trusting yourself again, you are going to realize the light was never gone. It was just dimmed.